Well, much like fashion and decor, food also goes through trends and cycles. Now, we understand that non-foodies don't always recognize the food fads that the foodie world is abuzz about, but have no fear. We have our panel of foodie fanatics to tell us about the upcoming trends we should be looking out for, and more importantly, trends that they are so over. Today, we are joined by Abigail Donnelley, food editor for Taste magazine, Katelyn Williams, serial sweet addict, Neill Anthony, private chef to the stars, and our very own Expresso Chef and foodie, Zola Nene. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So good to have you here. My favorites, by the way. You're all my favorites. Okay, let's get down to business. Let's talk about the food trends that you loved in 2015 that you want to see go into 2016. What were your favorites, Abigail?
I've got so many different favourites. It's like kind of unfair to really kind of say what I didn't like or what I love. But for me, it's about the freshness and the braveness of food. You know, so many restaurants, you know, they kind of put beautiful plates out and a lot of things are hidden behind the hero of what it is. So for me, when I say brave, I think of just simple food. And, you know, I've always said simple food is not the simplest to do. You know, you can't hide behind things. But what I'd love to also see is just those Asian flavours, the zingy, the zangy, the zest creeping in, which so many chefs are doing.
Wonderful. Katelyn, what is your favourite trend?
Well, as a sugar addict, okay, I loved the freak shakes trend that kind of hit us at the end of last year. And we actually, there's a couple of restaurants where you can actually get freak shakes. I'm a huge fan of the whole dessert buffet in one glass, and it's through a straw as well.
Okay, I really love it.
Which is really
all you
great.
need is a very high-powered blender, and you can pretty much blend anything.
But also on that, and with desserts, for me, that was kind of the big downfall of a lot of the restaurants when judging even for the Eat Out Awards, is that the desserts don't live up to the rest of the menu.
So
I'm
very
really
important.
looking at desserts. You know, and if it's a simple souffle, do it beautifully, not oversweet, cooked properly, not raw. Looking at desserts big time.
It's the business end of the deal. It's the business end of the meal, the dessert.
Exactly.
What's your
Make
favorite
it or break
trend?
it. My food trend is actually not food at all. I'm a big fan of the fact that things are being served on more sort of ceramic plates, as opposed to the old school white or this weird sort of square that came in quite often. But using local ceramicists. I use a very cool local ceramicist out in Port Island who makes the plates for me. And they're just very cool, and the food just looks a lot nicer on them as well.
Wonderful.
And mine is pickling and fermenting, which I think is
I love it.
Everyone's doing it.
So pickling and fermenting I think is going to see us through the rest of the year as well, but it was a great trend from last year that we can definitely keep.
Okay, what we want to know from our foodies is which trend are they so over? Which one do you want to see make its way out in 2016?
Gee, I think, you know, for me it was crumbs. I love breadcrumbs and there's certain reasons why. I mean, it's really bizarre. But I understand you need texture on a plate, and but you don't really need to have an overcloying crumb that doesn't need to be there. And it's a shortbread crumb, and you know, especially if there's a sauce as well, and it kind of melts and it mingles in.
To mush by the end of it.
Then they go and call it a sand as well, which is or a soil.
Yeah, and a good soil is good.
Biscuit.
A good soil is good if it's meant to be
good.
there.
It's fine in here.
Leave it in the pot. Is that why it's there?
Leave it in the pot.
Is it edible?
No,
that's for you.
Give it a go.
Feast
You
away.
can eat it.
Katelyn, which one do you want to see make its way out?
Okay, so we had the cronut back in 2014, and that kind of last year gave off these like what they call Franken pastries, which are, everyone tried to kind of create the same success of the cronut by mushing two desserts together. But what happened is we had there was the townie, the cruffin, the craigle.
I live for a cruffin myself. I must just say.
The cruffin, the craigle, the pie caken.
I've eaten puffin.
Pie caken was
I haven't had a pie cake. And what is a pie cake?
pie baked in a cake, and then three of them topped together.
That sounds amazing.
And then the most ridiculous of all, called the brookie, which is a brownie and a cookie. Like, just stop with the weird names. Just we can eat it. I'm happy to eat it, but don't give it the
Just eat a brownie and a cookie at the same time.
Exactly.
Keep it simple and authentic.
Nobody wants to order
one big side.
Nobody wants to order a brookie on a menu.
Neill, is yours about food this time?
Mine's about food, I want to see baby cress get its way out, because people are just chucking at it at random things.
True.
It's like, oh, that doesn't look really cool. Well, we'll just chuck loads of cress on it. It's okay, now it's fine.
They should put it in a brookie and then maybe it'll
There
make
you
its way
go.
out.
You can put it in your brookie and get out the door.
Zola, what's
My
yours?
pet peeve is ash. Chefs, please stop with the
burning
ash.
things.
We are not foods. Ash ash is just carbon. I might as well lick the bottom of my braai, and then that's what I'm eating on your plate. So potato ash, same as any other ash. Every ash is the same. So stop calling it all these things. I don't want to eat what's on the bottom of my braai.
Oh my word, that's hilarious. Okay, guys, we want to hear from you. What are your trend predictions for 2016? What can we look out for?
I think, simple. I think a lot of the chefs, and I'm talking on behalf of the chefs, a lot of the chefs are going to definitely move into simple. I think there's definitely place for tasting menus, which gives the personality of the chef of the plate. But it's just, and all those, they can also be simple. So yeah, simple. As I said, a lot of seaweed maybe that's going to happen. I love seaweed, miso. So a lot of the Asian, but more specific like Vietnamese and Korean and those kind of things, not necessarily just Thai. Hindu, I think vegetarian Hindu. Fabulous.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Katelyn.
Pastry-wise, I would love to see eclairs hit our shores finally.
French
Yeah, because I went to Paris in November and they're everywhere and they're little works of art and they're delicious flavor combinations. They're not just the chocolate and whipped cream that we know. And I think this is going to be the year.
Yeah.
Oh, eclairs.
Yeah. Can I just add one thing before Neil? Sorry, I've been rude. Sorry, Neil. Macaroons.
Oh, yes.
No, they must go.
They must go!
Okay. Neil, what's yours?
I'm going to go with the steamed bun movement called bao, which is very, very cool. And a lot more open fire cooking in restaurants as well.
And I want
that.
bread to make a comeback. Yay for the bread.
Absolutely.
Bring back the bread, bring back the butter.
Bring back the carbs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, we're thanking our foodies, fanatics, because they know the direction that food will be taking this year, and definitely they're going to make sure that we are eating on trend. Well, coming up after the break, Ewan's going to be making a delicious apple and pear pie, so make sure that you stay tuned for that.